5-star goddamn wedding.
What are we waiting for?
That broad has socks on. Who solved the big case and got promoted?
Did you read about the woman who stabbed her husband and then pushed him in front of the car? That's the cop who caught her.
Hey, Cole, let's get moving.
It's not about getting, it's about giving.
For the weekend.
What are we waiting for?
So, you gonna see your married man again?
Troisième partie sur L.A.Noire. En espérant que voilà.
Hey, Cole, let's get moving.
En espérant que tout se passe bien, que ça crache pas, voilà. Je n'en peux plus. Je n'en peux plus de ces crashs permanents. Donc j'ai fait une mise à jour chez Free, hein, donc je sais pas si c'était ça le problème. Je sais pas du tout. Donc là en tout cas c'est dans le vert. On verra. On verra comment ça se passera. Voilà. Donc est-ce qu'ils ont sauvegardé ce que j'avais fait dans la maison? Ah non, je pense pas.
Grown men playing at being.
Je pense pas qu'ils ont sauvegardé. Ouais.
I'll try the back door. Wait here a second.
Merci Tariq Kinkaya. Merci pour le message.
Side window's been jimmied. Looks like somebody's creeped the joint.
Bon. Allons inspecter. Et donc du coup le journal on l'avait déjà fait. façon, on va tout refaire, on est obligé.
You said I had to go back, Doctor.
The fires are cathartic. They allow you to confront your past.
You said the house would be empty.
Are you taking the medication I have prescribed?
You said the house would be empty. I heard them screaming.
Circumstances were unfortunate. My colleagues had made all the necessary
You
arrangements.
said the house would be empty. You're killing me.
The deaths were unfortunate, but you have dealt with death before. I want you to come to the clinic and we can deal with
You said the house would be empty. How can I find peace?
Size 9s, above average for a lady.
Burglar used the pry bar. Why did you kick the door in?
You think I'm gonna climb through a broken window in a $30 suit? You got another thing coming, Buster.
Celine and Jacob are obviously having problems. It speaks to motive.
Crime scene evidence still weighs against it being the husband, but Jacob could give us something to go on. One of my exes drank like this, you'd be feeling the back of my hand.
Call in burglary and get technical services out here. I'll talk to the neighbors.
Don't take all day about it, folks. I get nasty when I'm thirsty.
Ça c'est rien.
Galloway, homicide, badge number 564. Requesting technical services for a suspected 459 at 142 North Union.
Attends, je vais quand même aller voir dans les options pour le truc des dialogues parce que des fois c'est l'audio. Alors les effets déjà. Les effets on va les mettre comme ça. Les dialogues on va baisser un tout petit peu quand même. La musique un petit peu. Voilà, comme ça. Parce que là, des fois c'est trop fort. Donc le journal c'est bon. Qu'est-ce que j'ai oublié d'inspecter d'autres? Bah c'est fou ça. Je suis allée là ici, je sais même plus si je suis allée. Ah, je suis pas allée dans le chemin.
Doesn't tell me anything.
Ça c'est rien.
Tiffany? The rest of the stuff is junk. Might explain the missing ring. A regular Amelia Earhart in her day. The ring looks distinctive.
Voilà. là, on a tout fait. Là, on a tout fait. Je crois qu'il faut interroger les voisins maintenant. Alors, interroger la voisine. Ça aussi, on l'avait fait hier. Enfin, on l'avait fait mardi.
LAPD. Are you acquainted with Celine Henry, Miss?
Horgan. Jennifer Horgan. I've known Celine for more than 10 years. Our children grew up together. What's going on, officer?
Did you see Mrs. Henry go out last night?
Well, I'm no busybody, you understand, but Celine had been drinking. And she and poor, long-suffering Jacob had a terrible row. I think Jacob may have given her a black eye. He stormed out and she went back inside.
Did he come back?
No. Celine was listening to music and shouting until she left around 10 p.m. She was very drunk to have been driving. But she is not the sort of person you can stop from doing something when her dander is up. What is this about, officer? Is Celine all right?
I'm afraid Mrs. Henry has been murdered, ma'am.
Murdered? Oh, my God. I'm afraid I need to go and sit down.
Let's see what Jacob has to say for himself.
I don't think Jacob is our man, but we should see what he has to say.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Jacob Henry had a violent argument with his wife last night. He's looking more and more likely.
For my money, if the broad keeps the house looking like that, she probably deserved it. The skipper says bring him in. Keep the hacks off our backs for a while.
Fine by me.
So it ain't the werewolf killer after all. Good to see you've come to your senses, Cole.
I always said work the evidence. I only stipulated a connection to the BD killer as an avenue of investigation we should leave open. And as far as I'm concerned, it still is.
Okay, Phelps, we go in hard. You follow my lead. You Jacob Henry?
Yeah. Who's asking?
LAPD. You're under arrest for the murder of your wife, Celine Henry.
Murder? Celine?
Save the dramatics
Oh, my
for
God.
RKO, pal. You got bigger problems.
What the hell are you talking about? You come in here, you tell me that Celine is...
Take a seat, Mr. Henry.
That she's...
We're going to have a look around, then we'll talk.
Jesus. I'm sorry.
I get even the slightest hint that you're a flight risk, pal.
Optimistic, Cole.
Je crois qu'il y avait le carnet avec... Ah bah c'est ça, je crois que c'est ça. Justement, je me disais... Le truc des crayons.
He'll be back. Just sit tight.
The oldest problem there is, what to do about the old lady.
Size 11s.
Pointure 45. Nous, la victime, elle avait... C'était quoi la pointure? Je sais pas. Ah bah non, mais c'est ses chaussures à lui, donc... Ouais, je sais même plus. Ah bah c'est bon. On a fait toutes les preuves. Bah, il y avait pas beaucoup d'indices, hein. 2 indices.
So who could have killed Celine? Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose. Look, I don't know.
Je peux pas l'accuser là. On va l'intimider.
We get the impression that Celine liked to live the glamorous life. How did she end up with a hump like you, Jacob?
Celine was one of the first woman pilots. She hung out with movie stars and royalty.
Mais en fait, le problème quand tu accuses quelqu'un, il y a tellement de preuves en fait qui relient en fait avec la question posée. Je sais pas vraiment quelle preuve tu peux donner, quoi.
When did you last see your wife, Mr. Henry?
Last night. I went to see her. We talked. Things got a little out of hand. I left.
Là, il dit la vérité, là. Il dit la vérité, puisque là, de toute façon... Bah oui, ils ont des problèmes conjugaux. Donc ils se sont bien disputés, donc là, il dit la vérité.
You don't remember what time you last saw your wife alive?
Look, I'm sorry. I left. Maybe 9 p.m. Might have been a little later, but right around 9.
Why did you kill her, Jacob? Things will go better if you come clean about it.
That's a lousy thing to say. I never gave up on my wife.
Ah bah là, on peut l'accuser, là. Là, on peut l'accuser.
I don't believe you,
message.
Jacob. I think you didn't have the guts to do it yourself, so you had someone else do it.
Ouais, voilà.
You want to back that up with something, big mouth? Huh?
Le message qui était écrit. Voilà, des fois c'est clair. C'était quoi? Menace de mort, hein, c'est ça.
The note by the phone suggests you meant her harm.
You want the truth? Truth is, I was sick to death of her. I was trying to have her committed.
So you can prove that you came back here after you left your wife's place.
I came back here. I was here all night. Start work at 6:30. I'm not the going out type.
Commence à 6h du matin. Bon, là, on va l'intimider. Soit il a le regard fuyant. On va l'intimider.
So you were here, tucked up in bed, while someone was out there beating your wife's brains out. That's all you've got?
Talk to the bartender at the Bomba Club. He'll tell you he called here last night, and I answered the phone.
We're still going to need you to come downtown, Mr. Henry.
We can get this all down on paper, Jacob. How you got fed up with your wife and how you figured killing her would bury all your troubles.
Kill my own wife?
She was a lush and a tramp, and you just couldn't stand it anymore.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
So now you're going to tell me you loved her? Ah, the DA goes all gooey over remorse, Jacob.
You're awful hot under the collar for an innocent man, Mr. Henry.
Call it in and get a squad car dispatched. And check for messages. I'll keep old Slugger here company.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Non mais je me rappelais pas que les interrogatoires étaient si...
Phelps,
étaient si
1247.
difficiles.
How can I help, Detective?
I need a patrol unit to transport a suspect back to Central.
Certainly, Detective. You have a message from the coroner. Do you wish to be put through?
Yes, ma'am.
Carruthers,
It's Phelps.
I've completed the autopsy. Several wounds to the head from a blunt metal instrument. Closest match would be a socket wrench handle.
So the cause of death was the blunt...
No, the blows to the head surprisingly were not fatal. Death was from hemorrhage and shock from the fractured ribs and multiple injuries caused by the stomping.
Anything else?
He's some kind of sex fiend. The tissues of the anus were bruised about 1/8 of an inch, but no trace of semen in the anus, vagina, or stomach.
Thanks, Doc. Operator, give me R&I. Any word on an owner for that vehicle? License was 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. The plate belongs to a brown 1936 Pontiac. Registered owner is one Alonzo Mendez of 402 South Fremont Street, apartment 16.
Thanks. Any other messages?
One, Detective. From Captain Donnelly. He wants any and all suspects returned to Central. Interviews to be set up immediately.
Got it. We're coming in.
Bon. On va aller d'abord à l'appartement quand même. Moi je fais les choses dans l'ordre. Hein,
Alonzo Mendez. Sound like a man who moonlights as a werewolf?
Don't sound like a man I'd let my daughter anywhere near.
You've got a daughter.
Spend enough time drinking, Cole, you'll find yourself with any number of things you don't want when you're sober.
So that's why you never sober up.
Exactly.
Carruthers said she took a real pounding.
Maybe if he had been a little firmer in the beginning, he wouldn't be in this situation now.
I imagine that Neanderthal routine is a big hit with the ladies, Galloway.
Women love me, Phelps. I have no complexity. They know exactly what they're gonna get.
Mendez, apartment 16.
Alors, appartement 16.
Don't bother knocking, just kick the door in. Take a look around and see what you can find.
circumstantial. Carruthers could match the color and brand of the body. Consistent with Celine's injuries, and the blood can be typed.
You have the murder weapon. Better get Pinker down here.
Why keep it? Why not throw it away?
Think these clowns are geniuses? Thank your stars you caught a break. Captain Donald will begin to like you.
Hey! What gives? LAPD, you're under arrest.
Do not lose that son of a bitch. I'll go get our wheels.
Mendez, stop right there!
J'ai pas envie de tirer parce que on sait jamais.
You don't need to do this, Alonzo!
Get in and drive.
Ah, il a pris la voiture. Mais il est où?
Hit him. Clean this asshole off the road. I got an idea. Get him next to my window, Cole. Keep me alongside his vehicle, and I'll stop the son of a bitch. Hit him, Cole. Spit him out. Keep it steady, and I'll try to bust his tires.
You're under arrest for the murder of Celine Henry. Put your hands in the air!
Bon, bah, on a plutôt bien joué.
I ain't saying a goddamn thing.
You did a grand job, lads. Phelps, that's quite a way to acquit yourself in your first outing as a homicide investigator. It seems the city has a new and vengeful guardian. Considering the evidence against your suspect and the thoroughness with which a report was compiled, I foresee a safe passage through the courts, and the DA agrees with me. Brutality on a scale such as this deserves retribution. The people and the press of this city demand it.
This pain to cool the lava you pump through my veins, 'cause I'm burning up for you.
After that.
Galloway. Got it, Skipper. Yeah, I'll bring him. He's my partner, after all.
What have we got?
New case. White female dumped in plain sight in the grass at the end of Hill Street. Hacks are all over it. Captain's trying to fend them off.
That sounds awfully similar.
The first rule of police work is make no assumptions until you've seen the evidence. Skipper wants you to have your newspaper face on, college boy. I think I know the place where they found the lady. It overlooks Sunset Boulevard. Let's go.
Got a stakeout down on 2nd later tonight.
Did you read about the woman who stabbed her husband and then pushed him in front of the...
You're behind the wheel.
You did a decent job in the Henry case, Phelps. Not bad for your first time at bat.
Thanks, Rusty.
But don't go getting ahead of yourself. That's one clearance under your belt. Now it's a new day with a new dead lady that needs our attention.
And no assumptions until we see the evidence, right?
Right. See, I knew you were a fast learner, Phelps. You might get along after all.
Now, boys, you know as much as I do. I'll be holding a press conference once the autopsy's been completed. I have 2 of my finest investigators on the case. Fresh from bringing down the sword of justice on the crazed sex
Captain, aren't there similarities between this murder and the murder of Celine Henry and of Elizabeth Short, for that
So you don't believe there's a crazed sex killer at large preying on women?
Boys, be sensible. We have the greatest police force in all the world with the greatest scientific investigators at our disposal. How can any killer continue to beat that? Be advised. We keep the gas chamber at San Quentin primed for the sons of Cain who continue to believe they can take a life in the city of angels.
Yeah, right. Any new leads in the Dahlia case?
Run along, boys, and let these officers get to work. We have God's work to do here, and it can't be delayed.
What do we have, Captain?
Another woman sacrificed. Speak to Carruthers. I want daily reports, gentlemen.
Shouldn't he be working?
Detective, I was first on scene.
Is somebody going to tell us
You
what
find
the
her,
hell's
Gonzalez?
going on?
Not me. The family out for a stroll. I was first reporting.
Can you show me the body?
It's under the pepper tree, this way.
All these people are vultures, officer. But you can tell me what's going on.
Can't be much help to you, Phelps.
Here she is.
The stomping angle in the Henry case, was it reported in the press?
Sure was. Every detail a copycat would want was there in the story.
Oh, we have a name. Can you run Deirdre Muller by RNI?
Back in a second.
If the motive was robbery, why not take the money?
Oui, donc ça c'est bon. Ok. Bon, on va inspecter le corps. Hein.
Similar MO. For what? The Dahlia? I don't think so.
Celine Henry.
That's a closed case. This is probably another sad sack who lost his temper with a broad who wouldn't put out.
Are you a suspect, Rusty?
Watch your mouth, Phelps. All I'm saying is we got enough to do without reopening closed cases.
Talk me through it, Mal.
Severely battered, on display. Footprints would indicate that she has been stomped. Size of the footprints would seem to indicate a smallish men's shoe. What size shoe did Mendez wear?
You finished?
No, I'm not. At a glance, I would say strangulation was the cause of death. I'll need to do further tests for semen.
Angry boyfriend. If they were married, they'd be at home. Not humping out here in Lover's Lane.
You mind if I examine the body?
Be my guest.
Officer Gonzalez, dash 990. Victim of white female, Jane Doe on Street. Possible ID of Deidre Waller.
What's this mark? A cut on a finger.
Fourth finger, left hand. A wedding or engagement ring. Violently removed.
Looks like she was tied up.
It does at first, but that would leave a mark on her other wrist, too. I think her watch might have been torn off.
Thanks very much for your help.
You catch all the good ones, Phelps.
Ah non, c'est pas le bras que je voulais, c'est la tête. Non, bah, pardon, je me suis trompée. Non, c'est pas ça que je veux. C'est la tête que je veux, voilà.
Another...
Look at your mark. It's very...
distinctive. I'll do some comparisons back at the lab and get back to you.
Detectives, R&I says that Deidre Mahler of 130 North Bonnie Bray was reported missing this morning by her husband, Hugo Mahler.
What'd I tell you? Let's grab the husband, take him downtown, and work him over. We could have this wrapped up by lunchtime.
What about not making assumptions and going on the evidence?
But you can tell me what's going on.
You can drive.
And where exactly are we going? There still might be some play in the boyfriend angle.
I thought we were on our way to lock up the husband.
If he doesn't work out, that is.
Deirdre Muller has suffered enough. More than enough. You shouldn't make disparaging comments about her without even the slightest inkling of what she was like.
She was a woman, wasn't she? Around about my third divorce, I realized women might not be the pure angels we imagine. You're married, ain't you, Phelps?
Don't make any insinuations about my wife.
Hey, she's a woman.
She's the mother of my children.
You're a father, Cole? But don't tell me your eye don't bend.
This conversation is over.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Is your father home?
He'll be home soon. He's been out looking for Mommy.
What's your name, miss?
Michelle Eloise Mahler?
Can we come in?
I suppose so.
Thank you. Could you have a seat for me, Michelle?
Ta mère est décédée.
We're gonna have a look around.
Je me rappelle de l'interrogatoire de cette petite fille, mais je ne sais plus si elle dit la vérité ou pas.
partner will explain everything when he gets back, okay? There's nothing to worry about.
Doesn't look like anything.
Il y a un message là sur le frigo.
Incidental.
Work boots. Size 8s.
Oui, mais c'est les mêmes, hein. Je suis con moi aussi. Je se mettre les deux chaussures, c'est la même pointure.
Elgin wristwatch. Probably the same one snatched from her body. No sign of a wedding ring.
Is this about Mommy? Daddy is trying to find her. Please tell me she's okay.
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Michelle, but your mother is dead. Do you think you could answer a few questions for us?
Could try.
When did you last see your mother?
Yesterday afternoon. I went to a dance at Belmont High. Mommy was supposed to pick me up, but she didn't show.
So what did you do then?
I was upset. Daddy came instead.
Bon, il n'y a pas de raison de mentir.
And did he come and get you?
Of course. Some boys offered me a ride home, but that's not the
Première
right
question,
thing
je
to
suis
do.
foirée.
So you were hanging around the school for quite a while. What happened with your father?
I don't know. I called and finally he answered. He came straight away then.
Some of your mother's jewelry was missing. Can you describe her things?
A ring, a watch. I never paid much attention to that stuff.
I know it's painful, Michelle, but this may be important. She wore a wedding ring?
Mommy chose it herself. A rose gold wedding band and a matching diamond and ruby engagement ring.
She wore a watch?
Yes, a yellow gold Elgin watch. Daddy bought it for her birthday. I had a fight. It was kind of a makeup present.
Your mom and dad are happily married?
What are you saying? Of course they are.
They weren't happy, were they, Michelle? Did your father ever hit your mother?
Just the once. She said she would leave him if he ever did it again. He bought her a brooch pin to make up for it. And he always wore her golden butterfly.
Thanks, Miss Muller. You've been very brave.
Hey! What gives?
Daddy, the police
Go to your
are
room,
here.
please, Michelle. I'll talk to the police.
Daddy, Mommy is gone.
Go to your room, young lady. She's not even out of school. You can't come in here interrogating her like she's
Your
some
wife
kind
was
of...
found murdered this morning.
Found? What? But she only...
We have some questions that we would like to ask you.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I'll do my best.
What size shoe do you wear, Mr. Muller?
Why do you ask?
It's routine, sir. Simple process of elimination.
9s, I think.
Ouais, là, il ment, là. Non, c'était 41, donc il ment.
Why are you lying to me, Mr. Muller?
41!
Why would I lie to you at a time like this?
Car tu choses du 41.
That's funny. The work boots we found here are size 8s. Why lie about it if you've got nothing to hide?
Because I always get teased about the size of my feet. You know, small feet, small...
Always been true in my experience.
So you were here all night. You stayed in while your wife went out to pick up your daughter?
Yes, that's correct.
Attends, qu'est-ce qu'il a dit? Pourtant j'ai écouté. Hein. Vous étiez ici toute la nuit. Ah, vous étiez ici tout seul toute la nuit. Vous étiez ici toute la nuit. Vous êtes resté ici pendant que votre femme allait chercher votre fille. Vous êtes resté ici pendant que votre femme allait chercher votre fille. Ah mais là non. Non, puisque... là je dirais non, mais... Il faut que je l'accuse, je sais pas. Ah non, de toute façon ça pouvait être la broche, non. L'alibi du mari.
Please, if that's all, please just leave.
Michel me l'a fait rappeler plusieurs fois la nuit du crime. Ah, je sais pas là. Non, je vais prendre l'intuition. Je sais pas. Ah bah merci, ça m'aide bien. Ça m'aide bien. Merci. Intimidé, accusé, tu pars d'une intuition. Bon, accusé.
You should come clean if you're having an affair, or if there's something going on.
I told you I was here. Were you saying I wasn't?
Oui, mais est-ce que... Ah, mais l'alibi du mari, est-ce qu'il était à la maison ou pas? Parce que... affirme avoir appelé plusieurs fois la nuit du crime. Sans que personne ne réponde. Mais son mari était avec lui. Son père était avec lui ou pas? C'est ça que je comprends pas. Alibi du mari, alibi. Je sais même pas ce que ça veut dire, alibi.
Please, if that's all, please just leave.
Bon, je vais mettre ça.
So why did you take so long to answer the phone when your daughter called?
C'était ça.
Okay, I went out for a while. I was driving around.
Ah,
It's my
j'ai
way
bien
of
fait.
relaxing.
C'était ça.
You phoned in a missing persons report this morning?
Yeah, that's right. My wife didn't come home last night. She left around 9:30. Michelle was out at dance. She called me to let me know that Deidre didn't turn up.
Bon, on va l'intimider.
Did your wife ever go out by herself? To bars, nightclubs?
No. What are you suggesting? You suggesting my wife's loose? Now is not the time for you to be pushing me, mister.
Your daughter said you were having an argument.
We argued about who would pick up Michelle. I worked a full day. I wanted to come home, put my feet up.
Your wife went to pick up Michelle?
Yes, that's right.
Attends, votre femme est passée prendre Michel. Attends. Ah, votre femme est passée prendre Michel. Mais qu'est-ce que tu veux que je réponde à ça? Bon, intimider.
What happened, Hugo? You got any theories? Because we're starting to like you for this.
The car park by the school is kind of dark. Maybe somebody jumped her there. Did you try the parking lot?
Your wife was beaten and then strangled. In your case, you have no alibi and a history of violence towards your wife.
That's not true, god damn it.
Dispute conjugale, la broche dorée, mais...
It is true, Hugo. You're a violent man. You try to keep a lid on it at home, but sometimes you lost control. Your daughter and your wife were scared of you.
You don't know anything about me.
On va mettre la broche. Parce que je vois que ça, de toute façon.
I know about the golden butterfly, Hugo, and how you bought your wife off the last time you heard her.
She liked to spend money, all right? Dresses, jewelry, her hair. It drove me goddamn crazy. Do I look like a Rockefeller?
Nobody likes a cheapskate, Hugo.
Getting hostile with us is a very bad idea, Hugo.
I'm no murderer.
Make some arrangements for your daughter, and then present yourself to Central Station for questioning.
You gotta be kidding me, Phelps. Put the cuffs on it.
This is an outrage. I didn't kill my wife.
Your daughter is in the next room, Mueller, so I'm giving you a break. Don't make me change my mind, and don't make me come looking for you.
We should go back in there and bust his ass.
1, we need to break his alibi. Check phone records, canvass the neighbors. 2, we have motive of domestic violence, which probably goes for half the men in L.A. 3, we have no evidence tying him to the crime scene.
Hello, detective.
Oh, mais... Oh, putain, j'ai failli me faire écraser par la voiture.
Yes, ma'am.
I heard the terrible news over the radio.
And you can help us with our inquiries?
Yes, sir. They had a row last night. I heard Mrs. Muller screaming.
Did you see Mrs. Muller come home late last night at all?
No, not at all. I did see Mr. Muller put something in the incinerator earlier this morning, though.
I told you he was our guy. Now let's get this bum downtown and into a cell.
Look, there he is now.
Screw loose.
Step away from the incinerator. Don't let him get away.
Plaqué, faut plaquer.
We need this guy to make the case. There he is.
Plaqué, plaquage. Plaquage.
This doesn't look good, Hugo.
I can explain the blood.
Get him booked in at Central, officer. Then put him in an interview room. We'll be speaking with him later. And inform the captain.
Yes, sir, Detective.
Is there someone you can call, miss?
I don't want home and
You need somewhere to stay, Michelle. You have other family? Grandparents? Aunts or uncle?
call Aunt Helen, but she lives in Bakersfield and
Call her. We're gonna get someone down here from Juvenile Hall to talk to you in the meantime.
We ought to get some uniforms down here, clean up, take care of the kid.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address on a Belmont high school.
Checking for you, Detective. Belmont High, 1575 West 2nd Street.
Thanks for your help.
Faire ça toute la journée. Donc du coup la porte.
Galloway, Homicide Division, badge number 564.
Go ahead, Detective Unit.
Can we get Ray Pinker and a technical services team to a house at 130 North Bonnie Bray Street? And send someone down from Juvenile Hall to look after a young lady.
Roger, 11K. Inform Detective Phelps that the coroner has a report waiting. Police morgue downtown when he's available.
Got it, KGPL.
You know the way. You can drive.
Qu'est-ce qu'il fait? Ah, mais c'était pas cette voiture-là. On prend cette voiture.
I'm surprised, you know. I didn't make the husband for it.
Always make the husband, Phelps. 9 times out of 10, it's the closest person to the Vic who does the deed. God knows I've wanted to kill some wives in my day.
Lex parsimoniae.
What?
The law of parsimony. Occam's razor. The simplest explanation is most likely the correct one.
You know, you could have said that without getting all liturgical on me.
I'll try to dumb things down from now on.
Appreciate it. And try this one on for size. Rusty's razor.
How's that go?
You blame the guy that's banging her.
Ah, of course. The famous Lex ignoramus.
Closes cases, Cole. Puts a lot of people away, that one.
Saturday's the spring unveiling, Emmy. It's the first season since fabric rationing's over. We have to go.
I told you I can't Saturday. I'm busy.
Busy where? You're going on another drive with Davy Gardner, aren't you?
So what if I am?
Go, Phelps. I'll take the car and see if I can cut him off. There he is, officer.
On va la voir. On va la voir. La cage. La cage. Ah putain. La cage. Ah mais putain mais j'arrive pas. Mais je vais tirer hein.
That's far enough, freak. You move a muscle and you're a dead man.
Car 11K, Car 11 King, come in. Car 11K, Car 11 King, come in.
11K, go ahead.
11K, see the janitor. A green 1946 coupe registered to a Mrs. Hugo Moeller has been found in the parking lot adjoining the Belmont High School and playing fields. 11K, code 2.
What's your name?
Who's asking?
We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Name's Eli Rooney.
You've been in trouble with the law before, Eli?
Some.
What are you doing around here?
I like to keep an eye on the children.
Strictly paternal, is it, Eli?
Don't sass me, boy.
A woman was abducted here last night, Eli, and murdered.
And I would love to make you for that, you oaky motherfucker.
Well, I wouldn't know nothing about that. A woman, you say? I like 'em a little younger than that.
Turn out your pockets, Eli.
Now, why would I do that?
Because I'm about to break your fucking skull, Eli.
You're under arrest, Eli. You're in very deep trouble. Get some backup down here, Rusty. We need to get this one downtown and into a cell.
I'll tell them we got a kid.
What time did you see the person park the car?
Late last night, after school social, maybe 1 a.m. I've been keeping a good eye out lately. We've had problems with the child molester.
Eli Rooney. We've met him.
Filthy son of a bitch. He was here yesterday before the dance.
Was it him you saw park the car?
I don't know, sir. I'd like to say yes, but the truth is it was pretty dark.
Would you say Rooney is violent?
Yes, sir, I would say so, yes.
Thanks for your help. Blood and skin samples. We better get Ray Pinker out here. The overalls are stenciled HM. Muller is a mechanic. I wonder what Eli does for a living. It's from a Chrysler. Could be important. Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need interrogation set up at Central for both suspects being held in the Mahler homicide case.
Certainly, Detective. I'll get in touch with the watch commander.
Thank you.
Oui, donc la morgue. De toute façon, on va aller à la morgue, ça c'est sûr. On va inspecter tous les...
Can you drive to this one?
toutes les choses qu'on a trouvées.
I say we make Rooney for this. I think we should lay it on him. He was near the car, he had her jewelry, the DA will love him for it.
Even if he didn't do it?
Who cares whether he did it? You have kids, Phelps? He needs to be taken permanently out of harm's way.
And we let Mueller slide?
For a while. He gets a free pass for now.
Phelps, Rusty, thanks for coming.
Can you blood type the shoes that we bagged and see if they're a match?
Sure. It'll all be in the report, but I'm assuming you want the details now?
Please. Cause of death is strangulation?
Correct. Take a look at the samples on the bench.
What are the normal uses for that kind of rope?
On boats, mooring lines.
Correct. Although Ray says that they're sometimes used as bell ropes in churches.
Mais non, ça peut pas être ça, de toute façon. Non, mais c'est beaucoup.
So are we looking for a sailor or a minister?
Well, in my experience, sailors seem to have the greater libido.
Was Mrs. Mueller criminally attacked?
No external or internal traces of semen.
Thanks, Mal. Anything else comes up, you let us know.
C'était tout? On peut pas inspecter le corps? Non, on l'a déjà... Oh non, bah non, je dis ça, on l'a déjà inspecté, donc... Non, c'est pas la peine. C'est pas la peine. Par contre, la musique est toujours là, donc... Ah, mais j'ai pas vu ça.
The shoe prints?
Size 8s. Very similar to the impressions from the Henry case.
Now, who do we remember got caught in bloody size 8s? I think we have our bird.
We've got to nail this guy.
Okay, if you're finished jawing, we need to get moving.
Voilà.
You're behind the wheel.
How
Tiens,
are we gonna look getting around in this
On va
thing,
prendre
Cole?
l'ambulance, tiens. C'est pas... On prend l'ambulance.
Not exactly the happiest of places, the coroner's office.
Carruthers is a good man, professional, diligent. If you're working with a pro, it's easy to overlook the grim realities of a place like that.
Funny job, that, the coroner's.
How so?
You know, you don't want them enjoying their work too much. The wrong kind of man can get awfully lonely rattling around a joint full of corpses.
Rusty, that's like something out of the pulps.
You've been reading the same ones as me?
I thought you were usually too drunk to get through a magazine.
You know, if I close one eye and squint, you can just about make out the print. You better not go soft on me in here, Phelps.
We'll work the evidence, Rusty. Let him do the rest. Are they ready?
Bowler's in 2 and the pervert's in 1. Get in there and get a conviction.
Boys,
really come through this time, haven't you?
Captain, we were on our way to interview Eli Rooney.
Yes, Phelps, I know. This particular fiend is an old acquaintance. I have tried to reaffirm his belief in a wrathful and terrible God. Whichever way it goes, I'll be dealing personally with it.
You look like you've had it rough.
You see me asking for your sympathy, boy?
You down on your luck, Eli?
I had worse. My family ate roadkill during the Dust Bowl.
But you have a job. A parolee has to have a job, correct?
I had me a job down in San Pedro. I'm looking for something new.
Il cherche un nouveau travail, mais là, il a toujours son travail de mécano. Là. Donc, bon, j'ai utilisé intuition, parce que là, je... Putain, mais ça, j'ai horreur, hein. Fait de l'intuition, ça sert à rien, parce que... D'abord, j'hésite entre intimider et accuser. Donc, accuser.
You better not be lying to me, Eli. If I send an officer down there to find out and it turns out you wasted his time...
Hell, I ain't lying. That ain't worth lying over.
Non, on va renoncer.
You don't ask, you never find out.
Pour intimider.
This place you worked have a name?
Hennessy Marine. You can't misplace big yellow letters HM out front.
They give you any workwear, Eli?
Sure. Green
Ah bah oui,
coverall.
bah des combinaisons vertes.
Dang
Putain,
thing was
j'ai
hot
pas dû
till the guy's
comprendre
back in the pen
la
wearing.
question.
You ever tie up any of your victims, Eli?
It's not a nice thing to go calling that.
What would you call them?
I can't say. I learned a long time ago not to go talking about the things I like. Talking about it just seems to get people's dander up.
Answer the goddamn question, Rooney, before I brain you.
See what I mean? Short answer is yes.
You have any preference regarding rope, Eli?
I know a good rope from a bad rope, if that's what you mean. That's not what you mean, is it? Any old rope will do me fine.
On a bien vu que les cordes c'était des cordes de bateau, mais là ça nous donne rien. Ça ne donne rien. Ça donne rien là. Ça donne rien. Je sais pas. J'hésite entre amadouer et intimider. S'il dit la vérité. N'importe quel corps peut faire l'affaire, donc ça en fait ça nous donne rien. Ça nous donne rien.
I've done 14 years in and out of prison, son. You think you can outweight me? You're wrong.
Non, mais il a dit qu'il y avait des corps de... Il a bien dit que du coup, il a avoué, Oh putain, j'arrive plus à parler. Il a dit qu'il y avait des corps de... Bon, on va amadouer. Enfin, moi, je pense que je ferai ça. Amadouer, c'est...
Farm boy like you, Eli, must prefer gay for roping. Am I right?
I prefer braid. Tie hitching braid stays tied.
Oh.
You killed Mrs. Muller and stole her jewelry.
That ain't so. Ain't done nothing like that.
Ah bah non, là il ment, là on a trouvé la broche. Là il ment, on a trouvé...
You're a liar, Eli. You needed the money, so you killed her.
I've been around some, son. You got some evidence that proves I stole that butterfly from that woman?
Bah on l'a trouvé sur toi, donc... Bah oui, c'est la broche. Attends, c'est la broche ou les bijoux manquants? Non, c'est la broche. Ah putain. Non, bah c'est la broche. Non, pour moi c'est la broche. Bah, c'est la broche.
I done told you I found that pretty thing. I never stole it.
C'est pas ça.
What size boot do you wear, Eli?
Kind of like anything I can get my hands on. I'm wearing 11s.
J'ai du 45. Du coup, oh, les chaussures c'était 41. Il y a tellement de chaussures aussi, tu sais même pas quelle chaussure appartient à quelle chaussure. Chaussures ensanglantées, mais non, c'était celui du mari. Il fait de ses têtes. On va pas l'accuser, hein. Je sais pas. On va intimider. On va intimider.
You're maybe 5'5", 5'6" tops, and you wear size 11s? I don't think so, Eli.
That might be on the large side. Maybe 10s.
Maybe 8s.
Now that I come to think of it.
Why punish children with your iniquity, Eli?
You think I was never punished?
You must know what you're doing is evil.
Well, son, nobody's perfect.
Alors là, c'est la décision ultime. Je vais quitter l'interrogatoire.
You're as good as done, Mr. Rooney. All it will take now is some paperwork.
For my money, Hugo Muller's our #1 suspect. The evidence is solid. I think
Ouais, de
it's
toute
time
façon,
we hit
faut
him.
interroger l'autre. C'est où l'autre? C'est pas ça. Il est où l'autre truc? Il est où? Ah bah. Il a
I'm
trouvé la
telling
pièce
you,
tout seul.
it'll never stick, and you'll.
Here's where we stand, Hugo. Your next-door neighbor heard screaming coming from your house. You were burning your blood-stained shoes. You have no one who can confirm your whereabouts last night. Your daughter says you're a violent man. We have everything we need to send you to death row, and all you have to say for yourself is, I didn't do it.
I swear I didn't kill her. Give me that lie test. I can prove it.
Why did you burn your shoes, Hugo?
Because I knew you'd never believe me.
Ça c'est une réponse. Ça c'est une réponse que... Ça me donne pas grand chose. Hein. Parce que je savais que vous allez pas me croire. Ça c'est une réponse. Amadou est intimidé. Pas l'accuser de toute façon. Intimidé, parce que de toute façon, ça ne donne pas grand chose.
Are you going to tell me what I want to know, or do we have to take it out of you in lumps?
Give it your best shot. I can take whatever you're throwing.
Do you know anything about ropes, Hugo?
As much as the next man. I was a scout. I learned some more in the army.
Mais ça non plus, ça donne rien. Il a été scout et il a fait de l'armée, mais... Nous, on a bien vu que les cordes, c'était des cordes de bateau. Morceau de corde taché de sang, du coup... Ça ne donne rien. Amadoué, je vais aller dans son sens.
Do you know anything about braided ropes?
Some. They're mainly used for mooring lines, hawsers, you know, that kind of stuff. We don't have much use for them in the machine shop. We use chain hoists.
We found your wife's car. Someone parked it at the school late last night. Do you have anything to say about that?
It wasn't me.
Where do you keep your work clothes?
I keep them at work in my locker.
Ça non plus, ça donne pas grand chose. Enfin, j'arrive pas à comprendre en fait. Combinaison tachée, mais ça c'est pour l'autre. Puis il lève les yeux au ciel aussi, donc pour moi c'est l'intimidation. Il a le regard fuyant là, il regarde à droite à gauche. Donc pour moi c'est intimidé. Puis j'essaie de regarder le regard de la personne. C'est pas simple, hein. Vraiment c'est pas simple. Je suis intimidée.
It was you, Hugo. I'm offering you a chance to come clean on this.
For the last time, I did not kill my wife.
Your wife was beaten with a tire iron, Hugo. An appropriate choice of tool for a mechanic.
I know nothing about any tire iron.
Indiquer c'est rien sur un des pneus.
So someone mugged her and then took to her with their tire iron?
J'ai pas dû comprendre.
I don't want to think about it.
Je pense que c'est pas lui. Hein. Ah, puis voici, je sais pas plus. Hein, je sais pas plus. Il est où l'autre suspect là?
I want to put him down to 1 round.
Il est où l'autre? C'était lui. Hein.
I think I've said about all I'm gonna say.
Bah, de toute façon, moi, j'ai pas eu plus d'infos sur le mari, donc je suis bien obligé de l'inculper. Je suis bien obligé de l'inculper parce qu'il est mécano. Il avait les marques de cordage, il y avait les trucs de sa veste là. Je suis obligée en fait. Je suis obligée de l'inculper en fait. Parce que là, j'avais pas le choix d'inculper le mari. Donc je suis obligée. On va inculper, Allez, j'inculpe.
Eli Rooney, I'm charging you with the first-degree murder of Deirdre Muller.
You want to put me back in the stir that badly, boy? You go ahead and try. I'll beat that rap. I ain't a killer.
Phelps, Galloway, congratulations are at hand. Drink, boys? I think you'll receive a commendation for this one, gentlemen. In the meantime, I'll speak to the DA about expediting the passage of the case. We need swift and merciless justice for poor Deirdre.
Bon, bah, ouais. Bon, finalement, on a bien fait de l'inculper, mais effectivement, j'avais rien sur le mari, quoi. Bon, c'est un peu bizarre. Bon. Bizarre, cette enquête.
We captured 2 regular army. Lieutenant! Belt, we've been over this. That sniper barely missed you back on the beach. Until the mission is over, there'll be no more saluting or signs of rank. I'm in charge here, Medier! Do you wish to interrogate the prisoners?
No, they're beat. Why they look so sullen?
You're wondering why we haven't killed them yet. There is no greater shame than being taken prisoner.
Get this, Golden Boy actually seems to know what he's doing.
See that, boys? He slapped that Jap right upside the head.
It was merely to remind him of his place. His shame was the tone of voice that he used with a superior. I respect the Japanese, Corporal.
Respect, we're here to kill the sons of bitches.
Do you know why we are fighting the Japanese, Private?
With respect, sir, these bastards attacked Pearl Harbor.
And why did they attack Pearl, Private?
Because they hate the US of A and our way of life.
They attacked the US because we cut off their oil. What would we do if another country denied us the gas to run our cars?
Phelps. I was just discussing with Finbar here how well you were doing. Have a seat.
Yeah, it's my real name. And you can just forget all about it.
You boys have a new case. A poor Hispanic woman murdered near City Hall and left lying naked in an alleyway.
Another naked woman, sir?
Yes. We seem to have had quite a run of them since the Dahlia fiend first struck.
Phelps is politely trying to hint that he thinks the Mendez case is hokey.
Well, young Phelps, you win some and you lose some in police work.
You're happy with the Muller case, sir?
Over the moon, boys! The DA couldn't be more pleased with the evidence, the witness, and the lack of an alibi. Now, get out there and catch me another sinner.
You know the way. You can drive.
Broadcasting.
You have the address?
It's the alley off Aliso between Los Angeles and Alameda.
You're kidding. The next one will be opposite Central Station.
Count yourself lucky, Phelps. Most guys would kill to land a case so close to their desk.
Yeah. It means they can pop in to hit the office supply of hooch whenever they need it.
You know, that ain't a bad idea. That is not a bad idea at all, Phelps.
Who will work in a rayon mill.
Detectives, they're ready to start the show. I'll take you through.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Crothers, Pinker.
Cause of death is pretty apparent. We thought we'd best wait for you. When you're ready.
Déjà, je respecte les affaires. Le sac.
Can we discuss this later?
Another wedding ring torn from the finger. E.D. The lacerations on the neck would indicate a great deal of force. Only 21 years old. But why the library card? Did he want us to find it? The evidence in the Mueller case was solid. I'm not convinced about Mendez.
The best way to get away with murder is to pin it on somebody else. I'll bet a month's salary this is a copycat.
Strangled, battered,
Yeah. We know the M.O. So does every jerk who kills his wife and girlfriend looking for a way out. I've spoken to Brown. He still believes the Dahlia perp has medical experience.
4 women, all murdered, all put on display, all with messages.
Mueller had no message. Look, Phelps, this is getting us nowhere.
Anything for us to go on, Mal?
Head injuries from contact with road, bruising from a small man's shoe, further blunt force trauma to the occipital region at the base of the skull. Could have been fatal, but clear signs of strangulation would seem to rule it out.
Lipstick appears to be a similar color to the other cases. I'll see if I can nail down a brand.
If she took a blow to the head like the others, she was probably unconscious when strangled.
Pas regarder dans son sac. Ça sert à rien. Pas sur aboutir là. Non. Tu peux pas aller sur aboutir. Ok. Ah bah. Trace de sang.
On it goes. Proximity to the scene, plus the bloodstains. No way is this coincidence.
Kept the area pristine for you boys. Let's check it out.
House keys strung up like bait on a hook. It's got to be a code or a cipher.
Go. Your water, come and take a look. I'm not kidding, Phelps. Come see. Now.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Qu'il est?
You think he's trying to lead us somewhere?
Probably all the way to City Hall, that brazen son of a bitch.
Ah, je sais pas.
Antonia. Huh. Same as the library card. Where are you taking us? Empty. Where is all of this meant to be taking us?
clearly wants us to find these things. He's left them for us.
There you go, Phelps. You got a new MO. I told you it wasn't our guy.
Or he might just be getting more confident. Enameled and gold-plated. This was precious to her. The trail points up. Pulled from the finger and hung up here. What's the significance? Son of a bitch wants her identified. Mrs. Antonia Maldonado, 712 North Hill Street, downtown. You can drive.
It was Mrs. Maldonado, right?
That's affirmative.
All right, so then there's a husband we should be looking for. Get him, we've closed the case.
Rusty's razor, of course. I don't want to question your tried and tested techniques, Detective Galloway. But doesn't the DA require sound casework before he'll close the book?
Not if he's got a confession. And, there's ways of getting those.
I'm sure.
Bon, après ça, je couperai le live. On arrêtera pour aujourd'hui.
LAPD, ma'am.
Je reprendrai sûrement demain.
Does Mrs. Maldonado live here?
Yes, she does. I'm Mrs. Barbara LaPente, the owner of this boarding house. Is there a problem?
I'm afraid so, ma'am. Do you mind if we come in? Is there somewhere we can discuss this?
Of course. Follow me through to the parlor. Wipe your feet as you come in, detectives. It's this way.
Mrs. Maldonado was found dead this morning.
Dead? Oh, no. She can't be.
I'm afraid she was murdered, ma'am. We need to take a look at her things.
I can't believe it. A person seems so alive, And then they're gone. Antonia's room is upstairs. Last door.
Hey, Cole, let's get moving. Look at that. Someone's turned the place over.
Okay, we have an address. The charm bracelet wasn't among the crime scene evidence. The smashed window explains why the place looks tossed.
You know how I feel about windows, Phelps.
So someone broke in using this thing instead of a crowbar. Wonder where it was taken from. We have some questions, ma'am, if you're up to it.
Yes, Detective. I'll do my best.
Do you have any idea who might have wanted to hurt Mrs. Maldonado?
That rat of her husband, Angel. She was serving him divorce papers.
If I killed every wife to serve me papers, I'd be a mass murderer.
Are you being flippant, young man?
No, ma'am.
Bon, voilà, y a pas de raison que...
What can you tell us about Angel Maldonado?
She married him when she was 17. He was cruel to her, very cruel. She was a good girl, little on the religious side, but a good girl.
What time did Antonia go out yesterday?
She left around 9.
Do you know where she went?
No, I have no idea. She was a good girl, but she didn't confide in me.
Bon, là on va l'intimider là. Elle a le regard fuyant.
A nosy old hag like you knows everything about the people who live under her roof. Where did she go?
I think she went to a bar. She's been drinking quite a lot lately.
This bar have a name?
El Dorado Bar. It's a Latino place on North Los Angeles Street.
That's only a couple of blocks from where we found the body.
You've had a break-in?
No. That can't be true.
Voilà.
You're being economical with the truth, Mrs. Lepenti. What do you have to hide?
I have no idea what you are talking about.
Bah, la chambre cambriolée là. La fenêtre brisée.
So Antonia lost her keys and used an iron bar to jimmy the back window?
I heard a noise in the early hours of the morning. I thought it might be a raccoon at the milk bottles. It'd be very bad for business if this news got out. I have a reputation to protect.
Antonia and her husband were estranged?
Yes. She moved here after she separated from her husband 2 months ago.
But Antonia still wore a wedding ring?
She wore the wedding ring and a necklace. She always wore a religious necklace. That's about all of her jewelry.
Alors attends, elle a dit quoi? Elle a dit chaîne, elle a dit le collier, mais il manque le... il manque... Il manque le bracelet sur la photo, là. Elle a pas dit le bracelet. Je crois qu'elle a pas dit le bracelet.
What about her bracelet?
I don't know anything about a bracelet.
Bracelet.
In her wedding photo, she's displaying a charm bracelet.
That thing? She never wore it. He gave it to her. She always kept it in that wooden jewelry box.
Thanks, ma'am. You've been very helpful.
Pay a call to that husband of hers. Lock him up and throw away the key.
We can either front Angel, seeing as the finger's pointing right at him, or we could check out the L.A.Noire bar.
Bon. Du coup, la prochaine fois... on va quand même aller à la destination. On va aller après. Non, c'est pas ça que je veux. Mais non! Qu'est-ce qu'elle a, cette manette? Mais... Il y a des bugs avec la manette maintenant. Domicile des Madano, bar. On va aller au bar. Elle est où la voiture? Mais ah, elle est là. Je prends le volant.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
A nosy old hag? Ah! And I thought I was coming on strong with the ex-wives line.
Sometimes you have to be firm to get the information you need.
God damn it, ain't that the truth?
Voilà, comme ça a sauvegardé en même temps. Et du coup, bah, on se retrouvera directement devant le bar Eldorado. Ah bah non,
What can I get you?
LAPD. Detectives Phelps and Galloway.
Diego Aguilar. How can I help?
You worked the bar last night?
Yeah. Me and a temp guy from the agency.
Did you have a woman in here last night? 21 years old, Hispanic, drinking heavily?
We have a lot of ladies like that in here. But yeah, I know who you mean. Antonia Maldonado. But what did she do?
She was murdered last night.
Oh, shit.
Do you know her well? Was she a regular?
Hell no. Shit. She was good and tight last night, complaining about her old man. It's a story you get used to working in a bar. She was so hammered last night, she left a letter on the bar. I'll show you.
Sam has taken me to Palm Springs for the weekend.
Divorce papers? Did you open them?
No need to. She was shouting about it and waving the letter around. Said she was going to show him.
Can you remember what jewelry she was wearing?
She had a necklace. Some kind of religious thing, I think. The temp guy would have more of an idea. She took the beer he served her and cried into it all night.
What time did she leave?
Can't say for sure.
Where did she go? Give me something or the LAPD will start getting interested in this place.
Take it easy. She wanted a cab, okay? And my phone was out of order. The closest one I knew was at the fruit market across the street, so I suggested she try there. She seemed reluctant.
Did Antonia say where she was going when she left?
She said she was going to serve the papers on the husband. Said that would take the smile off his face. If you ask me, she was scared. And the drink was for Dutch courage.
So you let a 21-year-old girl who was stone drunk just walk off into the night?
I'm sorry about what happened, I really am. But I pour drinks. I don't claim to have the answers to everyone's problems.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
No problem. Hey, get the guy, will you?
We'll do our best. One last question. What size shoe do you take, Mr. Aguilar?
A broad 9. I have wide feet.
Ok. Le bordel de la danse est fait. Pourquoi c'était pas barré? Attends. Pourquoi il y a un truc à faire?
A waitress.
Non. Il y a un truc à inspecter.
Where's that goddamn...
Sir, do you work here?
Sorry, pal, just making deliveries.
From where?
Just Pig Fruit Market across the street.
A fruit market delivers here?
Yeah, sure does. The Mexicans love a little slice with their tequila.
Fine, thanks.
Ah bah c'était juste pour ça.
Just picked fruit market. That's where Antonia went to call for a cab last night.
Okay.
Hey, honey, what time do you get off waiting tables?
Citron. Okay. Ah, voilà. Bon, on va aller au domicile quand même. Attends. Ou alors au marché. Non, on va aller au marché, tiens. Voilà.
You know the way. You can drive. Think there's anything to the divorce angle?
I've been through 3, though. No big deal. After a while, you just numb yourself to the experience.
But Angel, he's a young Latino man. It would hurt his sense of who he is. He'd see himself as a failure, a woman taking control over his life.
Then she fronts him and he snaps. Works for me. That makes Angel a killer as well as a piece of shit. Shut. Great. We'll need to come back later, Phelps. Maybe somebody here saw Antonia the night she died.
Bon, bah finalement, on y allait pour rien, c'était fermé. Bon, bah le marché est fermé. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? Bon. De toute façon, moi, je vais m'arrêter là. Et puis on reprendra on reprendra demain. Voilà. Bon là, de toute façon, là, la connexion n'a pas pété. Ça fait plaisir pour une fois. Donc, bah demain, de toute façon, demain, je restreamerai. Voilà. La suite demain. Je coupe.
What are we waiting for?